Alright, all you graveyard shift workers taking your final break before you head home for the night, or the morning depending on what side of the world you're on and the sun is up. Welcome back to Under the Radar. And that's a little miniature update of our current morning sun watch, and the maestro keeps laughing because every 5 minutes we keep looking between the blinds to see if the sun's up, and good news, it's not. We are currently still in line to beat the sun before it rises to finish this show before the morning traffic hits. That's the real reason why we keep checking for the sun, because the second we hear the rooster get snuffed, yeah, that's when things start to get crazy. And speaking of crazy things, folks, I think it's time for us to take out our left-handed scissors to cut out some very interesting newspaper clippings for another edition of yesterday's news. And in our first yesterday's news story, and in sad news from the world of jazz and funk, the guitarist from the group known as Little Feat, better known as Paul Barrere, unfortunately died this weekend at the age of 71 years old. And the fact that this band has not only been together but broken up with several different members dating all the way back from the early 80s going into the late 90s tells you how cool this band was, and the fact that they had a #1 single that I still listen to this day called Hate to Lose Your Lovin'. That, interestingly enough, that I was able to listen to in a restaurant prior to it open, and was actually sitting there listening to their music playing from the one guy who forgot to shut the music off, but truly was a beautiful experience to experience before that restaurant opened. And before I forget to mention, folks, this band was actually featured on a 1989 episode of Saturday Night Live. Not bad at all. And we here at Under the Radar would like to say on behalf of Paul Barrere, may your work live on forever, and may you forever rest in peace. And in other music news, to hopefully brighten up your morning depending on what time it is where you are, for you fans of the classic album of Queen of the Stone Age, Song for the Deaf, I have some good news for you. Because it's been announced as of this past week that you can now pre-order a special limited edition vinyl of this album that is going to be reissued just in time for Thanksgiving. And I, for one, who love this album for not only the song Go With The Flow, but I'm pretty sure was the same album I was able to play with a very special version of, I do believe, the song No One Knows, which still to this day is one of my favorite songs that Queen of the Stone Age was able to produce. And not to mention, this limited edition vinyl, folks, is a crimson red that is pretty cool as well. And for any of you out there who wants to pre-order this album for yourselves, you can head on over to the website only known as consequencesofsound.net to check it out for yourselves. And before we forget, folks, this album will be available as of November 22nd of this year, which is pretty cool. And in other news, or should I say roller coaster news, it looks like Brad Hamilton is at it again with another cool roller coaster that will be coming out as of next month, themed after the classic movie of Apocalypse Now. And the coolest thing about this roller coaster teaser trailer that he decided to release, it does include the village carpet bombing alongside with the roller coaster ride itself. Now, how in the world he was able to pull this off, your guess is as good as mine. But once again, Brad, I'm hoping in the near future you do a roller coaster themed after the movie Speed, with the giant roller coaster actually shaped as a bus going through each parts of Los Angeles all the way up until the final scene of the movie. but, I'm not sure if he's gonna be able to pull it off, but, still got my fingers crossed, and this time I did put in requests for it, so hopefully he's around to listen. And for any of you out there who wants to check out this teaser trailer for this awesome roller coaster ride, or even check out the full roller coaster that we will be doing a review for in the near future, you can head on over to the YouTube page of one man only known as Brad Hamilton. And in update news from the world of dominoes, it looks like the Domino King is added once again, and we completely forgot to mention this story about 2 weeks back, because the Domino King, in tribute of Ash Ketchum winning his first Pokemon League after losing after so many seasons since I was a small child, he would decide to do a 35,592 tribute picture to not only Ash but Pikachu from the world of Pokemon. And the fact that this guy is able to set up this many dominoes at one time for cool tributes on a drop of a dime is absolutely amazing. And besides seeing Pikachu and Ash, folks, there is a couple of other Pokemon that you will be able to spot during this masterpiece that he was able to create. So good job, Domino King. Good job. And if you guys want to check out this domino masterpiece for yourselves, you can head on over to the YouTube page of one man only known as the Domino King to check it out for yourselves. And you know something? Before we go off for this, why in the world did nobody do a tribute for Yu-Gi-Oh! After being undefeated for well over 5 years? I'm still trying to wonder that. But before we wonder any further for that, folks, that wraps it up for another edition of yesterday's news. And with that said, folks, we might as well head back into this music one more time, and when we return, we'll be back with the final segment for Under the Radar for this week, right after this. So don't touch that dial just yet, folks, and stay tuned.